Man, this Karen KK King versus Tia Becca beef, war, whatever y'all want to call it, listen, it needs to stop, Jesus. Because Tia Becca is going in balls deep and tap dancing in it. Yes, she is. These pretty girls are ruthless. Let me go ahead and read to you what Tia Becca had to say about it all on Twitter. She said, since KK think King ain't Scrapp's son, I'm going to change his last name to my man's last name since he taking care of him. Real king shit. KK called me a hoe too freely, but her first baby daddy was a pimp. So what does that make her? Contemplating face emoji. She got 3 baby daddies too though. Bitch live in a warehouse. I live in a rear house. 4 floors. Plenty of doors. Elevators in it for when my calves get sore. Hashtag I am better than them. Gossip is a broke people's sport. Deep, deep thoughts, even deeper pockets. Tell them to post / prove their bank accounts, credit score, health status, happiness, and souls. You know, the shit that really matters in life. I don't keep money in my house. I buy houses and rehab houses. That money was going straight toward the house I am buying. And finally, but positive vibes only. I am not address anything else. Somebody named Sharonda Good said, Tia Becca with a bunch of kids in an apartment, to which Tia responded by saying, I got a couple of cribs. You couldn't afford that apartment even if you and KK went and scammed the entire world together. Damn! She said scam the entire world. I tell you what though, but you're not as rich as me. Listen to this shit. You hear this? Y'all hear that shit? Listen. That's $14. Yes, a whole mean $14. And that's more money than you will ever see. All of y'all listening to this, let me tell y'all something. Y'all will never be as rich as your boy. Meat Magazine is rich as a motherfucker. I'm trying to tell you, boy. I got 14 motherfucking dollars that says the world ain't shit. Now, Tia Becca might have, I don't know how many millions, but listen, this $14 right here, boy, is fucking magical. I got $14. Ha ha! Top that. Bet y'all can't touch this motherfucking $14 that I got popping right here, boy. Anyways, why are people running around poor shaming? Why are people talking about how much money they have and the different things that they have and how they're better than other people? I think that might have been a song lyric. I'm gonna have to look that up. It's probably on Rap Genius. I hate that corny ass website, but that's none of y'all business. But anyways, here's the deal. Now, she says she's gonna mess around and change the name of her child to her current man's last name because Scrapp Deleon is not doing the right thing. That is embarrassing. That will hurt his feelings so bad. I hope she was just talking. I hope she's not really gonna actually go through something like that. That's mad disrespectful. I understand that he's in jail right now, but you can't tell me she didn't know what type of guy he was, though. You know, you can't convince me. Like, whenever these women try to act like they don't know that the man they're dealing with is a drug dealer, gang member, violent, a liar, a thief, a murderer, whatever. Anytime women try to act like they don't know what's going on, that's not reality. Women are known for snooping, finding information, holding on to information, studying people and whatnot. That's some of the shit that they pride themselves on. Anytime women try to play this game where they try to act like they don't know what type of man they're dealing with, all an act. They just like whatever the guy is doing. As long as whatever he's doing, whatever negativity he's involved with is not negatively affecting him, women don't care if you just blow up the fucking world, why don't you? They don't care. As long as they have whatever they want, that's all that matters. But anyways, though, she said, Karen KK King calls her a hoe too frequently. That's really interesting. That's very, very interesting. I mean, I don't think anybody needs to call anybody a hoe in this situation. You know, like Tia said, allegedly, Karen has 3 baby daddies, and the first one was a pimp, allegedly. And if that information, judging by the type of person that Karen is, nobody doubts that shit. We're all like, oh, okay, well, I mean, it is Karen. Oh shit. Nobody is like surprised if that's true at all whatsoever. But anyways, but that's the life of street people, you know? Out there doing wild stuff. Like somebody's a pimp and then you go and you have sex with them, you wind up pregnant. Like, why would you even deal with a man who's a pimp? A man who's involved with those types of illegal activities. But, you know, like I said, a lot of these women, you know, as long as you're not doing anything to them, they don't care at all whatsoever. Almost all women are like that. Drug dealer, serial killer, whatever you're doing, it doesn't matter. As long as you got that money, hey, you just go ahead and do whatever the fuck you want to do. As long as it's not harming me, especially if I'm benefiting from it, I don't care. That's the way almost all these women think like that. They'll say that they don't. Say, no, I have morals and I don't want people harming people. And then you throw a couple dollars in their face and all that shit changes real quick. But speaking of things that change real quick, it's funny that Tia said, you know, for people to post their bank accounts and credit scores, their health status, their happiness and their souls, or rather post or prove these things. That's really interesting because people's money fluctuates. It goes up and down. Credit scores go up and down. Your health status. I mean, you can get. Well, what do you mean by health status? It's like, do you mean their sexual health? Do you mean like whether or not they have an STD, or does she mean like whether or not a person has a heart problem or something? Does that count too as a health status issue? As far as happiness is concerned, I mean, that varies as well. And I don't believe in souls, so we gonna scratch that one off the list. But those things go up and down. You know, they come and go. You can have all of the money in the world today and be as broke as a joke tomorrow. There's people who were once millionaires who are now homeless. Just like there's some people who are homeless now who will one day will be a millionaire. You know, things don't always stay the same. So it makes me laugh. It makes me cringe a little bit when people say things like that. Like, well, I'm on top of the world and you ain't shit because you don't have this, you don't have that. You live in a warehouse. What's wrong with living in a warehouse? You know, you have certain areas in there converted to normal rooms that you would find in your average house. Have this area for this, that area for that. Could you imagine how much extra room you could have in a warehouse? And if you put the right type of money into it, you could basically turn a warehouse into a mansion. Could you imagine that? Especially if you get it on like a steep discount because it wasn't a normal residence. And then since it was a business, depending on where it was located, you end up having a lot more privacy, among other things. I mean, come on now. I think that's pretty cool, though, to convert a warehouse into a home. You know, I don't see anything wrong with that. You can have all types of extra room and host like parties or events in certain areas and have like the other areas closed off because those are living quarters, so people aren't allowed to go to certain parts of the place. You could run businesses out of there. All types of things. There's all types of things you could do with that. That's actually pretty damn cool. I don't understand how that's insulting to say you live in a warehouse. So just because something's different than the norm, we make fun of it. But anyways, there's not too much logic that goes into a lot of these arguments where you have people arguing and fighting over absolutely nothing. Because you got to think about it like this. Tia has a child with this woman's son. And they can't get along to save their lives, boy. I mean, if you pay, speaking of money, if you paid them each $1 million and said stop fighting for 3 months, they might have to give the money back. If like that was like the penalty, you know, for them not being able to be decent with each other for 3 months. Yeah, it might be a waste of time. But anyways, I think that they should just chill out. You know, Karen is good TV. If nothing else, Karen KK King is definitely good TV. She's definitely an entertainer in more than one way. Tiarra Becca is beautiful and a fantastic model. Perfect body, beautiful complexion, beautiful face, great model. One of my favorites. And I wish that they could do something together. Imagine if they work together as opposed to against each other. That is my goal, to teach all the lovely ladies that you can work with each other and show each other some love as opposed to destroying each other. That is my purpose on earth. But anyways, shout out to Karen and shout out to Tia. You know, even though they're arguing and fighting right now doesn't mean that things are going to stay this bad. But I think that's crazy that Karen's baby daddy is allegedly, or was allegedly, a pimp. This is interesting, T. But anyways, let me know what you think about it all below. Be sure to subscribe to the Meat Magazine YouTube channels. Visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com for more. Follow me on Twitter at Meat Magazine.